Salaam Sisters. Welcome back to another video, hijab style, featuring my unique chin coverage and slimming feature. Today's video is using an extra large scarf, both very wide and very long. So the end result is a little more volume on the top, as well as extra long coverage in the front. I think that you'll see that this is very easy style to do, even with a smaller scarf. It is my everyday style. Sometimes I do something a little more simple, very clean edges without the volume, depending on what I'm wearing or the occasion. But this is really my go-to style. So again, I am wearing the two-piece Alamira, the cap in a color which is complementary to my dress and the scarf, and just, another, it's not matching, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to go underneath the scarf, obviously. Um, Head covering covers the neck, and you can see that I secure it by tucking it into my garment, both in the front and in the back. And I do wear this every day because I really feel the most comfortable knowing that if my scarf shifts from the wind, or if I bend over, or during Salah, that my neck is always going to be covered. I don't worry about my scarf shifting around. Also, just a style note, I do wear my bun fairly low on the back of my head, so there is a nice natural slope to the back of my head. I do have a lot of hair, so my bun is a little large, but it's quite low. So this scarf that I've chosen, normally I don't have such large scarves, although I do like the look. Really, I chose this because the color is quite interesting. As you can see, it's got some maroon and orange and blue and a little bit of black detailing. I'm not sure, from which country this originates, but it's definitely got, some interesting pattern. And you can see also that it's quite wide and quite long. So I'm gonna, just fold it over, sort of, your typical folds at the top, which creates a little more opaque finish for framing your face, as well as a nice finish for the seam, so that you don't have, like a little bit of an unfinished look around the top of your head. And laying it rather closely to the edge of my under scarf or my cap, and of course one short side and one long side. I did pull it up so that I can, easily work with it. So I'll kind of pull it up in the back, and then I'm just gonna, move it to how I want it, and pull it underneath my chin. Using your standard no snag hijab pin, I pin it underneath. Like so. And I've got the short side and the long side. Now, I do prefer to have a little extra chin coverage for my face. So what I do is I start with the long side, put my hands just inside here, maybe a finger length width, and I use two hands to pull across my face. Looking in the mirror, I find the best position for that. And try to get, the right amount of tension so that it feels comfortable, not too tight, not too loose, but you want it to stay in place. And also the right angle so that it frames your cheeks the way you want. And I pin it using a no snag hijab pin just above the ear. Here's the ear, and this is where I'm going to pin it. Straight pin is not going to hold it in place, so using another no snag hijab pin, I just pin it over here. There we go. So you can see this is kind of like where it's at. The underscarf tends to, be slimming on the side of the face. This covers the chin, right here. Now this is really, again, an easy style, everyday style. Just take the long side and pull it up over the same side as where you have the pin. Pull it up and over. And I'm going to pull it slightly in front of the pin so that it covers. And a little bit of volume. And that's about it. You can leave it, long in the back, as you can see. You can have a lot of length in the back as well as in the front. But I personally like to pull it up in the back and then pull it more round to the front. Just feel like it's a little bit of a cleaner look for me. And then I do, of course, pin it into place. So straight pin. I use the standard hijab pin, size large. I feel like they're a little easier to handle. Pin on the top and pin on the sides. And that is really it. You can see nice long coverage. You can kind of, spread it out. You can wrap it underneath if you want. If you want it to be a little bit neater. You could even take this part and, drape it across and pin it. I tend to like it, really just hanging loose. The only thing that I do as a final touch typically is I will pin, just taking a no snag hijab pin, I will place a little pin right in here, kind of underneath of a fold. Just like so. And that is really great for, again, anything which might require me to bend over or during Salah. that I don't have to worry about my scarf, moving up and down, um, moving into my face or whatever. It really stays in its place. So that's the look. You can kind of move it around a little bit. You can see from the side. See the folds? And that's my easy, breezy, go-to style with a little extra volume, particularly because this is a large scarf. I think I do a couple more styles using, much smaller scarf, more traditional, classic look. Um, so make sure to check back and see what I have coming out next. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.